So the purpose of this little video is to promote the fact that just get out with your camera, no matter what sort of environment you're in, location, or what type of camera, you know, just get out there and shoot. It all adds to the experience and fulfills that creative chemistry that you obviously have. It's a beautiful day. We'll start off this session in my local woods. Now I've just returned on a wee visit to Edinburgh, capital of Scotland, for those of you who don't know. First time I've been. It was a wee visit, just a few hours there with the young one, and I managed to capture some footage and shoot some images. So I'm just scanning around, it's a beautiful light here. So before we carry on into this woodland session, with beautiful autumnal colours, here's a short video of that little session I had in Edinburgh. So I'm in a foreign country.
Yeah, we are.
We're in a foreign country.
Yeah, we are.
Welcome to Edinburgh, Scotland. So there's no fancy stuff today, no external audio equipment, straight from the camera. Equipped the GR3. We're here for a full day and we're heading to Edinburgh Castle. It's like they knew we were coming. Look at this light. Beautiful light. Sun's over there. Yeah, light there. Should we go black and white? I think we should. Wow, the colours. I probably say this every year. To be honest, I don't visit this woods on a regular basis every year. I'm not really that much into my woodland photography, but the colours. I must say, I do believe they're on their peak. So there you go. A wee glimpse into Edinburgh. Very short stay, as I say, but nice to grab a few black and white images using the GR3, and that's exactly what I've brought with me today. Not brought the R6. So this is a first non-urban, I think, non-urban environment. Again, why not? There should be no limitations, no restrictions on the camera you use or the location you choose. It's all about developing that creative eye, as it were. The more experienced you become, the better you become as a photographer. That's what it should say on paper anyway. So yeah, beautiful light. It's similar to light, in fact, to what I had in Edinburgh. So, I mean, beautiful colours. I probably will stick to colour photography today, but who knows. So there's quite a difference between how I operate the GR3 as opposed to the Canon R6. The main one is there's no viewfinder, purely from the screen, which has its limitations, of course. I'm shooting in raw. I'm going to stick to a colour. I'm going to really underexpose or try and keep it that way anyway, because there is some quite highlights, but I want to create that contrast, such as this. See this? The light bouncing off that tree there, something like that. And that's what I'm getting. So what am I? Minus 1.7. Stick to about there. That frame. It looks a bit washed out as I see on the screen there, but a bit of work in post edit will bring that to life. Moving around the scene. So if you follow my channel, you'll know that I like to put on the hiking gear and go for long hikes in the Lake District, equipped with a different camera, my Canon R6 Series 2, and that gives me a different view of things in a way, different setup. Main difference being you're a viewfinder, but again, it adds a bit of variety to how I approach photography and what I shoot as well. Most of the time there's no clear foreground in my hiking videos. It's all about distant fells, and so be it using the longer end of the lens. However, this type of photography, it certainly gives a more wider view and can get the more close-up elements into it. I'm constantly looking around, by the way. It's a beautiful light. Nice little array of trees there. See, if I look at that, it just looks awful. Back of the LCD screen. I'm going to shoot it because, as you know, capturing all the details in RAW and then work on post-processing. Which brings me to another subject. I recently got contacted. I get contacted quite often actually about asking about my processing skills or processing methods, what software I use, oh that's bright, and how I go about in processing my images. And a simple response is that is, keep it really basic, really simple. I'm not a great lover of processing, to be honest. I tend to find the right filter and just stick to that throughout, same format throughout the collection of my images on that day. It's all about getting out in the field and enjoying what's in front of you, making the most of what's in front of you as well, for me when it comes to photography. And I don't use Lightroom, nope, I use On1 software. It gives me the same sort of thing that Lightroom does. It's obviously not basic, but it gives me exactly what I need to do at a one-off price. To be honest, I'm too tight to pay the subscription as well. But in the package it's giving me Photoshop and things which I just didn't use. Now this is a scene I've shot before. So I started this video by saying it's a video to promote the fact that you should get out no matter what environment, location, conditions. I may mention conditions, but conditions is one of them. Woodland only works for me in foggy conditions. That's the ideal prime condition for me, giving that esoteric, magical look to things. It's a beautiful day. There's patches I like. Doesn't really work for me as well as it would comparison to a good foggy morning. However, as you know, it's not all about going out there and coming back with your best ever photograph. It's about taking part, as it were. Remember what I said? Building up that creativity. There ain't much more Sunday stroll as this through the woodland. And I'll be careful. Careful of the fact that I don't want to take the enjoyment away of the walk in trying to find a photograph, because it can be difficult in woodland, as we all know. Not quite working for me, to be honest. It's all about observing what looks nice. But still out with the camera. If I'm honest, probably not suited for this type, but give it a go. Why not? Don't limit yourself. So another weekend comes to a close. Have you been out this weekend? Have you set your camera out? Or have you thought, oh, just can't be bothered? Can't be bothered. There's no fog, there's no mist. Better light though. Go out with the intention to not shoot a portfolio shot. That's my advice. And you never know. Until next time. Bye bye for now.